No, it was just a birthday.
Good evening, Matthews Broadcast audience. This is Stan Matthews here in the Matthews Broadcast. We are glad to be back with you on this day after Love Day. Valentine's occurred yesterday. I want to thank all the brothers who participated in the Celebrate the Love campaign, including my own image doctor to my right, was there taking pictures of all the men coming in and getting their flowers for their significant others. On this Wednesday, the 15th of February, we are about 45 days away from spring. Easter will be the 16th of April, and we're all looking forward to that. It hasn't been a bad winter, but we are thankful in any regard for the breath and life. As you know, I am Stan Matthews, and we are always about empowerment and enrichment for urban communities. We are the voice of the urban business owner, the voice of the urban professional, and the voice of the urban consumer. We want to bring these three groups together because together these three groups can take advantage of the some $4 billion that urban consumers spend every year. And unfortunately don't always spend it with themselves, so they end up in a vicious cycle where the neighborhoods aren't what they should be, the schools aren't what they should be, the income is not what it should be, and so we want to turn that around by circulating dollars in our own community. So this is the purpose of this broadcast, to speak for unity among business owners in urban centers, professionals in urban centers, and our consumers. We always remind you of a couple of things, and so I'm going to get right on with it. You are a world changer, but nothing changes until you use those unique gifts that the Creator gave you to change it. Nothing changes until you use those unique gifts to change it. Secondly, we have to take our time to make an investment in each other, to make sure that we are clear and focused on making each other feel their humanity and their sense of worth. Oftentimes we walk past each other like we are not even there, we are unconcerned. So we remind you each night here in the Matthews Broadcast what our poet laureate Maya Angelou always reminds us, that people will forget what you said, they will forget what you did, but they will never ever forget how you made them feel. So listen to Sister Maya. Think about that person that you pass by on the street or in the neighborhood. There was a time where you couldn't pass any person in one of our communities without saying good morning, good afternoon, and knowing their name. I was just sharing with Ashley, this millennial generation now is often more comfortable with you texting or tweeting or Instagramming than having a real conversation with you. So it's very antiseptic and artificial. You know, I use the text as well, but, you know, Cornelius, I want to talk to you. Call me. I want to hear your voice. You know, I want to at least know that I'm having a human interaction down there. The final thing is we need wealth in our communities, generational wealth. You know, the Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children's children, right? So we need wealth in our community so that we can invest in infrastructure, invest in quality education, invest in careers, invest in each other. And so in getting wealth, we must also understand that we also have to build character. We have to get those things that are called the fruit of the Spirit, true friendship and fellowship, respect, honor. Those things are just as important as the tangible wealth, yet we still need wealth. And our communities are places because our wealth is so disorganized that we have the perception and the feeling that we don't have wealth. Well, last year in the United States of America, according to the Chamber of Commerce, $1.3 trillion went through the hands of black folk in America, and $1.1 trillion went through the hands of those black folk that are classified as Latino. And so, you know, as one of my mentors, Ivan Van Sertima, said, that whether your slave master spoke Portuguese, Spanish, or English, It's not where the slave ships brought you to, it's where the slave ships brought you from. So this concept of Latino is a hard one for me because I don't know what race that is. It looked like brown folk to me when I look at my Dominican brothers, I look at my Puerto Rican brothers and Cuban brothers, they look like me in some cases, far darker than I am. So as far as I'm concerned, we're all black folk who happen to speak a tongue that was taught to us. But if you put 1.3 trillion and 1.1 trillion, I think you got 2.4 trillion that urban folk spent in America last year, but it is unorganized. And because it's unorganized, we get the false perception that we don't have it. You know, I remember my grandfather, when I was very young, saying, Cornelius, that a man broke in the house one night. And so my grandfather got up, got a stick in his hand, went in the other room, caught the cat, and said, "What are you doing?" And the guy said, "I'm looking for money." So my grandfather said he put the stick down and he said, "Okay, I'll help you look." It was bad in those days. You know, my grandfather said, "If you know something that I don't know, let's get it together." So, you know, but we're in a different time in the age. We have wealth, but the wealth is unorganized. And so we've got to organize it so that we can make better use of it for our community. Unfortunately, I'm late getting to the studio this evening. I called Rod. I was on my way here at about 6 o'clock, and I stopped at the downtown branch of TD in our Silk City, and I had my TD green pouch, and I was about to make some deposits and take care of some business to come here. And I just felt a slap on my right wrist, and I looked up. Young brother was running down the street with the pouch in his hand.
Oh.
So I called Rod and said, you know, I'm running behind. You know, that's when I called you and said I'm behind you, but I didn't want to panic you, so I just told you I was behind. I didn't tell you the reason why. But I understand it is the impoverished conditions. It is the high levels of drug usage. It's the high levels of violence that, you know, as James Baldwin said, when I asked him when I first met James Baldwin, I said, what do you think that high heroin use in Harlem is all about? Why would people pull themselves apart like that? And James Baldwin looked me right in the eye and he said, young brother, why do you think they're pulling themselves apart? They're using that heroin to hold themselves together. Mm-hmm. He said, if you came home in the conditions that some of the people uptown come home in, they need that heroin just to understand and accept that reality. Is that terrible?
I'm seeing that now. I'm feeling the same.
You know, so, you know, look, money's money. I'm glad I just didn't lose my right hand. So, so we are here this evening. I'm glad to be here this evening. I'm joined with one of our millennials, Ashley Odom, who is the owner of Diamonds in the Rough.
Hello.
Pet grooming.
Hey,
She's
everyone.
loved pets since she was a highly successful young woman.
Thank you.
Business located in Morris County, Lincoln Park. I told her I know for a fact she's the only African American business owner in Lincoln Park because I know Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
But here's what I understand about why Ashley is successful. Folk in that community treasure their animals and spend major money on their animals.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so she is here with me this evening, and we're going to get right into it. Big news. And so, Ashley, welcome. We are going to focus on the rising stars in our community like her, people under age 40, and I'm going to be giving them an opportunity to co-host with me because we have a generation of entrepreneurs who are coming. We need to hear from them. We're joined in studio this evening by the one and only Linda Gallishaw, the publisher of City Post. So, African American woman publishing her own newspaper and doing the thing. and getting news, positive news to us, useful news to us, and we're glad to have Linda. We're also joined by Donnell Smith of Sunmint Energy, a solar power company that thank you, Rod. A solar power company that is going to revolutionize how we use solar power, how we perceive the value of solar power, and how we benefit from him. The company has given me the privilege of leading the effort to raise capital for them so that they can get their Maplewood studio up and running.
Yes.
And take advantage of the opportunity in solar. And so to help our people live more sustainable lives.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start right there with you, Donnell. Donnell, tell us what's happening on February the 24th at the Rahway Performing Arts Center.
All right, it's February the 24th. We are at the 1571 Irving Street in Rahway. It is the Tesla Labs, the historic Tesla Labs after Nikola Tesla, in the spirit of in the spirit of free energy and sustainability. So we'll be having our launch party there, raising funds for our Maplewood showroom, which is our first branch we're opening, to teach the community and at large and the surrounding area and everybody in between and all about more about sustainability, how we actually can use our natural resources to live better lives, live cleaner lives, and help change the things that are happening to our environment by what we're actually doing now. So solar is our premier product. We have other products that are in line with our vision and our mission of sustainability. And so we'll be celebrating. We'll have some festivities, some good times, some good people, and really getting this ball rolling in our communities.
What day again?
It is Friday the 24th, February 24th.
All right, and Ashley, you have some questions that you want to put to Brother Donnell?
Yes. Shoot, you got questions? I got answers.
All right. So, Donnell, what is the name of your business?
Sunmint Energy.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Sun Mint.
What are some of the discounts that you could offer in the installation part of this? I
Okay,
know that
so-
Public Service is also pushing for energy efficient homes. They have a special energy program.
Yes.
So, what is the advantage to switching? And on an average, how much does a homeowner save?
On the average, how much does a homeowner save is by far the most frequently asked question. And I have an answer for
And
you.
that's based on the size of the house.
Yeah, because everybody uses a different amount of energy, which is great. Everybody asks that question, but the real thing people want to know is, on average, how much can I save? How much money can I put in my pocket or keep in my household? So what solar does immediately, it eliminates the way we position the funding that New Jersey has and that the federal government has. It immediately eliminates your electric bill. So that's the first thing solar does, the way we position it. Second, it over the course of time, you can have a 10-year plan or a 15-year plan, and then you're done paying for power, period, forever. So that home can be what we call solar power freedom. That home can actually have solar power freedom anywhere from day one to a 10-year plan or a 15-year plan, and you no longer have to pay for energy.
Wow. But just at the beginning of it, there's a tax deduction in here that helps you out with it?
So the three areas where you actually have an incentive to actually go solar is one, it's the federal government will pay 30% of your system cost right off the bat.
Okay.
So that covers a third. Then the state program, which allows you to sell the credits for your clean energy, the state program will pay you up to about 46% of what your system costs.
Wow.
Right. So
So
then,
now we're up to 76%.
so now you're right, exactly. So
Okay.
now the homeowner is responsible for the other quarter. Okay.
bad.
And what we do is we spread that quarter out within the course of a 10 or 15-year program where you're paying less than what you would have with your utility company.
Okay.
And every single dollar you pay towards your solar panel system is an investment in your home.
So Ashley's dying to ask you another question.
Yes.
Yes, Donnell. What is a great referral for your business?
So a great referral for our business, of course, is a homeowner or business owner.
I thought you
Okay.
were going to say
Yes,
that.
yes.
That was the easy answer.
Right there. Yes, if you are a homeowner or business owner and you have an electric bill, you need to call us right away.
All right. And contact information, Donnell?
Yes, you can contact us at Sunmint at Sunmint Energy.
Okay.
Sunmint. And what's the telephone number?
Telephone number is 1-877-SUNMINT.
All
Do
right.
you have any social Media Network.
Sunmint Energy,
Exactly.
Facebook, Twitter,
All
Sunmint, yes, and LinkedIn, and so we're on all three of the majors and many of the minors.
Got it.
So just Google Sunmint Energy, and you'll find us. You'll find us right there.
Awesome.
And all roads lead to Rahway on the 24th, Friday night. I will be
Yes.
emceeing that night.
Yes.
And we will be raising funds to live more sustainable lives.
Yes.
And we look forward to it here in the broadcast. So everyone, all roads lead to the Sunmint Energy Sustainable Lives launch.
Yes.
On the 24th.
On the 24th, and that is 1571 Irving Street in Rahway, New Jersey. And look us up online to find out more information, and we'll be broadcasting on Gems Radio. Yeah,
That's right.
and online. Look us
All
up.
right, all right. Now we're going to go to Miss Linda.
That's right.
Miss Linda
That's right.
actually has some questions for you.
All right, Linda, we spoke a little bit, but what is the name of your business?
The name of my business is the City Post News, Pathway to Information.
All right.
Liking that already.
Loving that. Loving that.
Yes.
Now, what is the unique value of your business?
That the common Joe can find himself somewhere in the papers where you can have your claim to fame of 5 minutes. That it's easily accessible, that it provides you information that you can't get just in regular conversation. We're a pathway informational paper. We provide you with a little bit of college education. Although you've been out of school 40, 50 years, these are the type of things that you would learn if you were in school.
Exactly.
But it gives you life skills because the world has changed a lot and we've become very technical. And this kind of leads you, as I said, we have pages set up by town that we serve, and you'll find out what's going on in your town. Who are those public officials that serve you? Your councilman, your mayor. What hotline numbers do you need if you're having a problem with your street, if you're having problems with your home? It's just information.
Okay.
On a
So-
state, national level also.
Sounds good. Great, actually. Now, who would be a great referral for your business?
I believe public schools. Our paper is placed in more than 150 public schools in total.
Wow.
And I believe they would be the great ones. I'm trying to think of the name of one particular school. It's owned
How
by
about
the famous...
International High School?
International would be great, but NJCDC, I would say, is one of the best. They have a youth program there. And they have strongly asked us, Mark Smith is the assistant director there, and he strongly insists that we drop at least 100 papers there for this school because they use it for current events.
Nice.
It's a great way to teach young people how their government works and who is actually servicing you.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is
It
power.
sure is.
All right, Linda, what would you like to offer to your audience in return for their support, such as discounts, anything that you would offer?
What would I like to offer?
More knowledge?
I would like to offer you the opportunity to understand that knowledge is power. In putting this paper together, I am aiming at the 35th district. That is the big focus here. It concentrates on the largest towns in the 35th district. The paper is in English and Spanish
Which is
because
one of
I
the
find that it is very important to know when it comes to voting, who should we be looking at?
Exactly.
And our city councils in most of these towns are not translated into Spanish. So we go the extra distance to let you know what they're saying at the city council, what new ordinances will be coming out, what is your taxes, and who's pushing those taxes up.
Exactly.
So then when we do this, then I offer you the education of knowing when you get to the polls, this is who we should be looking at. I offer you a chance to get good government in your town.
Absolutely,
Nice.
absolutely. And empowering the citizenry.
Right.
All right. Web address, social media.
Okay, we're at City Post News 1.
Okay.
The number 1 at gmail.com. We're City Post News on Twitter and Facebook.
And the best contact number to reach
The
out?
best contact number. Wow, that's a difficult one, isn't it, Cornelius? There's a hotline there.
Yes.
But But it is 973-955-7000.
One more time.
973-955-7000.
Now, the Post has a special event coming up this Saturday. Would you
Okay.
mind sharing that with us?
Yes, we're branching out. We are going into City Post bus tours. We're going to be doing historical tours, not just any tour, historical tours.
Nice.
We find that there's a lot of education right there in our town. Again, we are the pathway to information. And we want to stay in our lane by providing information on the media level and also information through entertainment. It's all about education, all about education. So we're sponsoring this ride on Saturday. We're leaving from the Patterson Museum at 10 o'clock. Most of our seats are booked. I think we have 5 available.
Okay.
And we're going to see what the city of Patterson has to offer as a Black historical experience. Some of the places that we'll be going, a lot of people don't know, but there's a famous person in our town by the name of Connie Braggs Jr. His father was Connie Braggs Sr. There is a park carved out at the Great Gary Mountain that's dedicated to the many works and achievements of his father,
Wow.
Connie Braggs Sr. And we're so excited to bring that out. Actually, there's another local park. There's 2 parks for him. And then we're going to Hurricane Carter. I'm sure everybody's seen that movie. Well, he's from our town, too. We're going to the sites of where he was born, where the actual shootings occurred, in the bar that he served so many years for a crime that he didn't commit.
Wow.
It's lots of it. I don't want to give away all the other spots.
Yeah, just keep it
But it'll
quiet.
be a nice brunch, and then we'll get on the bus. And we are asking, in fact, we've got the commitment of a lot of city advocates, nonprofits, and politicians will be aboard for the first historical tour.
Look forward to that. Look forward. Thank you so much, Linda. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing, providing that pathway to education. It is often said that education is the only ladder to success that works for all races, creeds, colors, and